Hi, my name is Rogier Koning and I'm originally Dutch, living in Spain at this moment, and I've set up the nobism project about three and a half years ago. I'd like to use this video to show a little bit about myself and also to tell a little bit about the project already. A lot of big things are happening in my point of view because we're gonna get data storage and data sharing arranged, but before that all starts, I'd like to tell a little bit on where I come from and why I started this project. Originally I'm from Holland, like I said, and I moved together with my then girlfriend to Spain to escape a little bit the rainy weather in the Netherlands and find a little bit more sun, like many in Spain. We first rented a house on the coast, and from that house we started looking for properties where we could set up our own guest house / campsite or anything like that. After long searching, we found well, basically this town you see in the back of me, which is an old, let's see if we can get it, yeah, which is an old medieval town in Spain, typical Spanish, and well, in my point of view as a Dutch person, really nice to live. We also found this house on the back, what we currently use to rent out rooms, and on the other side of the terrain we also have a small campsite where people come to stay camping. Basically 2 years after I came here to Spain, living here, my first cluster headache attack started. The first year was okay, it was not so hardcore yet, as far as I remember well. After that I basically, in my point of view, became chronic straight away for 8 years. And I've tried anything that I could find or get my hands on to feel better. Problem only is that after about 8 years of trying everything, you find out that what you tried, you don't remember anymore how effective it was, because it's really hard to say, well, that time I used vitamin D and I had that amount of less attacks than I had before, and even explaining it to a specialist from your experience, it doesn't help as much. So after 8 years I got so tired of not knowing how I really been that I started to create my own application to just press a button and keep track of my attacks. This generated a really nice timeline of my attacks and gave me insight in how I was doing and how I was feeling. So, but still, you can look at your own attacks, you can look at your own treatments, and you can say, wow, okay, so that treatment is working for me. Or again, with cluster headache, it's coincidence. So the cluster just ended when you started that treatment, and next time you use it, it's not effective anymore. Or maybe it is an effective result of a treatment you've been doing, and then it's interesting to have the data about it. But as long as you only look at your data alone, you'll never know. So I discovered, well, pretty quickly in collecting my own data, that I needed other patients as well to set up a comparison. How did you respond to that treatment? How did I respond? How many attacks did you have less, or maybe more? You know, do you have the same effectiveness of treatment as I have? So that's when the idea started to start and build a project to realize our own patient-driven research. And that means basically trying to find out on our own what is our best treatment on group level, but also on personal level, because maybe we can compare you to other patients with the same symptom patterns, and then you can copy their treatments. But the good thing about doing your own research based on your own data is that whatever comes out as most effective treatment will be supported by the data we've collected ourselves. So this is more or less what I try to set up. I've built the app. I've received a grant from Open Humans to store our data, and Open Humans gives the option to share your data for research. I've also found a code academy that is going to use our data to create personal reports based on your own data, and they're going to use our data together as a group analysis to see what kind of trends, patterns in a text we can find, just as a first basic study. Funny thing is, Ubicum is not even a medical institution. They are just a code academy for analyzing big data and using artificial intelligence to find trends and treatments. But they're masters in visualizing data they have. So well, I hope we can use these three items of collecting data, storing data and sharing data to set up our own research. A lot of things will happen in the coming weeks, I hope, with the connection to Open Humans and the first project to do our own research set up by Ubicum. Sorry. Next week I hope to make a new video and explain a little bit of how the app uses and what I see as research, or what we can do as patients as research. So stay updated and we'll see each other next week.